Next, the final question that we will tackle today is the strengths and weaknesses. So strengths are easy to tackle. You can literally go online, look at all the adjectives that are there, maybe tie some up to yourself and then elaborate on them. Hardworking, obedient, वगैरह वगैरह. Strengths are easy to tackle. The weaknesses are the issue. Weaknesses can that you cannot actually talk about things that have hindered your career or your college life. You have to talk about strengths only. But talk about them, maybe you overdid them, and that's why they became a weakness. For instance, the three weaknesses that I talked about were overthinking, I wasn't well traveled, and then one of the medical issues that I've had. Now, if you're not comfortable talking about medical issues, maybe you can look for something else like this. Now, overthinking, and then I talked about how I oftentimes sabotage myself or spend too much time worrying about variables that I cannot control. And in not well traveled, I talked about I don't have exposure to different regions of the country, so I lack insights into their culture, behavior, and mannerism. And I also talked about how travel brings confidence and affirms independence. So remember this, whenever you talk about weaknesses, you also have to talk about their solutions. How are you going to tackle them eventually? So when I talked about overthinking, I said I'll try to find repeating patterns and keep them at bay. And when I talked about I'm not really well traveled, I talked about how monthly trips to a different cities for a couple of days might help me. Strengths are easy to tackle. Weaknesses can there be, you can get weaknesses all you want. Don't talk about them like they are your therapists. They are only there to ask you particular questions to get to know how you tackle them. So whenever you talk about a weakness, make sure you give a solution कि आपने पहले इसको कैसे टैकल किया था या आगे जाते हुए आप उसको कैसे टैकल करेंगे. So make sure you talk about these things. That's about it for this particular video. I will come out with more videos, maybe 3 to 4 in a particular series. For XLRI, NMIMS and MICA, I will come out with more specific videos. And yeah, that's about it today. See you next week.